It's the grand finale. Right about now, well, I'm going to be posting this on Friday. So, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd. Well, yeah, that'll be right on time for Mars to be stationing to go direct, but it's still in Cancer. And that means that we've learned how to not let the narcissist burst our bubble. Maybe. Maybe it took a few times. And now, talking about this few times thing in relation to Mars transit going retrograde and hitting some aspects a few times includes Pluto. I have to talk about Chiron, which is the wounded warrior, and it's in Aries, and it too is going to be, it has been aspecting Mars. And if I remember right, it's going to do one last square come when it gets into the later degrees in April, and that's a very sensitive time for everybody, includes me. I mean, little old me here, but I'm an astrologer, and whoever knows me really, they know that, and they know that I know their planets, and I know my planets, and I know what's happening in the sky and how it's affecting everybody, because I have it in my head. I had a friend, well, she's a Mercury in Pisces, and it's Mercury in Pisces right now, so, but she could not understand my mind, which is, I have a Mercury conjunct Uranus in Libra. It's not in Pisces. See, Pisces people are kind of naturally confused, but they don't have to be. They're good at studying and maybe remembering, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of a nebulous place for Mercury. It's not the worst place for Mercury. I don't know. What is the worst place for Mercury? I don't know. I think Pisces might be it. But anyway, we're going to have some unique aspects to Pisces. If we want to talk about these upcoming aspects that are going to be happening with Neptune, it already happened once that it was trine to Neptune because it was in Pisces already, or was it? No, it's going to be happening in Neptune. I'm right. In March. In March, you see, before it goes retrograde, it's going to conjunct Neptune. That's a big thing. See, March is kind of a trip with the Neptunian aspects because, well, we do have the sun moving into Pisces now, which is a Neptune-ruled sun. And you hear a lot of negativity about Neptune, but you can hear a lot of negativity, period. But I agree with looking at both sides evenly. Just say, oh, there's that side and there's that side evenly, really just as one whole yin-yang sitting in front of your face. But anyway, getting back to the bubble bursting thing, it's an energetic thing. See, what's happening is that there's evolution taking place no matter what. See, the place to go is love. And that is, of course, you hear it, it's terrible. But to go in and nurture yourself and sit with yourself, the thing is we have been really going through it. And I'm looking more and more into, pardon me while I bother to start to erase this, because I think this is an important video and I don't want it to be cut off. I've been putting some pretty lame-ass videos up, but let me continue. People that are way more professional, I guess you can say, because they do make a lot of revenue, I guess, on their courses that they run, whether it's teaching astrology or just teaching some kind of sourcing, divining tool, maybe tarot or whatever. They have a lot of content followers, and they are all very psychic, and they're all very much talking about the times that we're in. We're all kind of feeling it from the inside out. Really, that's the way it works. Talking about the evolutionary thing and how that seeing the whole picture is much more healthier than just seeing leaning one side or the leaning on the other side. See, it really is. That's the way you can be there for both the suffering that goes on, because there is a downside, and then and the way that that happens is that you have a little speck of the goodness and the down, and then a little bit of speck of the down and the goodness, and you know how that design is, and I know how that is. See, if you suffer right, then you can create that balance, and there's where you experience bliss, which is much more sophisticated than happiness, because it's not separated from sadness, right? You just see it that they're both one. And but I'm here to tell you guys the main thing is to watch what you're eating and get exercise. Right now, the human organism, Aries, Mars, and Cancer, oh God, it's been since September that we just don't even remember what it's like to not have Mars in Cancer, let alone it being retrograde, which is taking power out of it. And Mars is very much our spring driven drive. I love that spring sound, right? It's spring, here it comes. After Pisces, as we have the Aries sun, which is going to renew us all. It's the time of being reborn for everything. I mean, that's the sign of the new year. It's definitely there. You have better have had planted some seeds like right about now. See, talk about that bubble bursting thing. You might have gotten the hang of it now. Now, the way that you know that your bubble is being bursted, see, it's time to nurture yourself. It's really time to get away from people that are actually, they're being malicious at this time. I mean, they can very much be miserable, way more miserable than you if you're the type that has no problem with expressing, getting it off your chest, and then sitting back and just, suffering the consequences, and then noticing how that, well, it just takes time for idiots to expose themselves as is. I mean, God, you just feel for these people, so-called, if they are your enemies, then yeah, because they might be suffering some way that is causing a lot, and maybe it's not your business, especially right now. A lot of people don't know how to be alone with it, and if you're lucky, you have somebody around you that maybe they're a little bit more spiritual than usual. What I'm talking about is like maybe they're an astrologer, maybe they meditate a little more, they're able to be alone, and maybe when they say something it could help you, when they do tell you, they just say, hey, maybe it's time to slow down, maybe it's time to see. A good thing about astrologers and even tarot card readers, maybe, but oracles and whoever has been through it, that really, I mean, you have to have an experience before you can start doing this stuff, because all that astrology does and all of that stuff is it points at an experience that is there in a vast amount of ways. All these stories can show up as the truth, okay? So, and nothing new under the sun, and I know that sounds boring, but it is, okay? Get over it. There's many, and so there's many spectrums, but I would like to say there's many worlds. Really, you have to imagine something beyond this, especially this ecology that is so-called human. It's not human, by the way. I'm here to tell you that this place that you're in right here, that you're surrounded by non-human entities. People are not graduated into being human beings, and they may have been fashioned up, in fact patented, by the medical or whatever industry that is like controlling the entire global population. And I don't want to get into that whole stem of information, but why not? See, this is the kind of thing that we're healing within ourselves, which seems impossible to start to poke a fork into and start to find out what is going on. But we can, though, with this Mars going retrograde. The advice right now, I mean, even though it's about time now, see, what's going to be happening is that, we've fought many battles during this time, and if you haven't gotten it yet, really, this is it sounds taboo, but really 100% take radical self-care, to the point of just maybe don't watch social media so much. Don't let the killjoys, if you want to talk about your bubble being popped. See, here's the thing, is that you don't know it, but you're in the middle of a fucking, like, it's a spiritual warfare, and people are exhibiting either the catalyst for you to begin to shine better and you start doing a loop feed of positivity with them, and they share with you more, and it's like, yay, you found each other, you love each other, or the enemy is there. Now, what's going through my mind is the vital fact, or higher truth about the higher octave of love, that it goes way beyond the one-on-one confusion, that there's another there, as even a man or woman. No, love transcends all of that into looking into the truth raw, that is the same for everybody when it comes to this experience of reality here, in case you are interested in the truth at all. Yeah, there's two types, and it's not, I mean, you can see the men and women there, maybe. Can you? Oh my God. Well, if anything, your language. We have a basic language that had to been learned globally called English language. There's the alphabet, the standard, what is derived out of it that everybody had to learn globally is for a profound reason, simply because it's an interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space, wherever that is. The truth is they probably live here on this plane, Earth, but in a realm that you don't have access to. Something is controlling. When I say us, babes, we are to snap out of it. And I was mentioning, okay, I just can't mention it enough, and I can't condense it enough. And I would love to get a little bit more support so that I can relax enough and say, you know what, I can do this, because I can do this. We can do this. EWE, babes, we can do this. Play the game. Play the video game. See, I keep hearing it more and more, and you need to keep your ear out too and say, well, is this what that crazy blonde chick is talking about over there on her crackly ass, shoddy YouTube page that is for free, by the way? Um, it's for fee. You notice the word fee in the word free, babes. Is there really free, or is it fee? Now, according to the instructions there, the F and the R, and now the R says, you know what, you need to reverse this. Do it every which way you can. Kind of weird. But, well, because of the reptilian factor, and getting back to that, oh my God. Have you noticed? You're walking amongst shapeshifters. I don't know if you've noticed, babes, but we are looking at people who, they are not human right underneath the surface. Let's just say that. And, okay, I just wanted to talk about, I was getting onto the track that, without hyperventilating here, because it's very much needs to be strategically released upon the content creators here to make a comment that exposes all dimensions, yes, the birds and the words and the uppercase vowels. See, if you do it right, I don't know if you've seen it yet with what I'm doing, very few people have caught on to it, but because there is a unique time, but it's very profound why, and I'm still learning why we need to use it at a certain time, a certain place, and stuff like this. See, and I would love to be able to expand on it more, because the language is right here. It's trying to invite us in. It's like they say, it's in plain sight. It's like the instructions are right there. And I'm saying that the huMANe being, now if you love my content about narcissism, we don't talk about the opposite is the human being. See, we're just talking about enlightened people versus unenlightened people. The enlightened people are human beings. This is kind of like the curriculum here that you are to become. That's what the religions point at. That's what 800 of my videos, if you watch them, the last on my page here that's just crammed with all of these videos. Pardon me while I proceed on erasing the stuff I have on my computer so I can keep going. It starts to, you can, if you'd be my secretary, and start to isolate the material. But I think some other people are just feeding. See, this is the thing you want to get back to, is like, watch out for what people are really feeding on. I mean, really, if you were of a higher vibrational frequency, you can see the bottom feeders, you can see the middle feeders, and you can see the top feeders. And who cares, you know? Just radiate love, do what you got to do here, give whatever it is that you have found, and get out. That's what you're supposed to do here. Hi, I'm kind of doing that here, and I hope you enjoy it. And I really appreciate how you appreciate it, and and you extend your appreciation out to me, and you tell me your story. See, I know that people had it way, way harder than me, and I am prepared to tell you a little story of mine, really. But we are working our autobiographies even still, and I say keep it open. Um, that there is a cure for what you see around you. I think Christ Jesus was here to try to tell us this, babes. He's trying to come on, as good as an alien coming here and saying, babes, and you too can become human. You too can become love. You too can become love. And see, there's like instructions. It's kind of taboo, but it does lead to this. Um, Learn how to fast, exercise, get up in the morning, and just force yourself to exercise. Now, if you're in Aries and you're all depressed and miserable, this is why you forgot to exercise. You just got way away from it, and the farther away you go, the more miserable you are. See, I'm an Aries rising, and I know I've been bringing myself back by making sure that I exercise in the morning, and yeah, listen to your body. Do it before you eat. Don't eat first in the morning. Drink a bunch of water, exercise, listen to some positive mantra or music or something, and see, eventually you're going to get the steam to be able to do this. Hopefully it's around about this time when I post this video and you're looking at it is, well, the 23rd, I think, is when Mars goes station direct, but it's still in Cancer, and this means that we're still trying to build our our inner nervous system. Literally, it's like our shells have been peeled off, and it's hurt. There's a lot of people being passive aggressive because they don't know how to handle what's happening in the air, particularly, most people, 80%, 92% are potential narcissists who do not do these times of transitioning and thinking deeper very well, right? They do not do emotions and going deeper and healing and really looking, see, without, well, of course we need each other, but we are there, but my heart is going out to people that are still struggling with people. And I'm saying, babes, it's probably just about everyone. Because we are going through a passage that, okay, I just saw like it's a time of this energy that needs to come into your chakras and everything. Like I said, you're being forced into a position. If you're being forced to be alone, God is trying to show you something about something. You should go towards radical self-care, as hard as it may seem, because you think that, I mean, yeah, you're not getting along with people that are being passive aggressive, and they are hurting. With the Mars going retrograde during, it's been a look and a observation of how people are trying to pull your strings, who they were only tapping into your energy. If you're healthy, that's eventually what's going to happen to you. Like your classic narcissist is just going to get that low life reaction out of you, and they're plugging into it. See, but right now we can't afford that. We couldn't afford it for a while, and we're still, as with the Mars and Cancer, we're like, no, thank you. I think that you have to find something, and they're just kind of try to find something to get on your nerves, but don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Just see what's happening and take radical good self-care of yourself. If you have to find other people around you to nurture yourselves, make sure you're nurturing each other. Be very, very uh, observant about how you feel, how you're left feeling in your body. But it is solely up to you to get plenty of sleep. Get the hell away from social media, and especially the killjoys, the fucking bubble poppers, the ones that are. See, the way that I know them, see, I've lived in the community for a long time, and I have mainly friends from there, but none of them like my stuff. It's because I fluctuate there. I'm actually a character that lives in reality. I don't live on Facebook, not really. There's a lot that I've shared that is amazing and shitty. Not my fault that they don't know how to, um, like, respect the entertainment field, or anything. See, I can tell that some people worthwhile to me are seeing my fluctuations, and when I get on the high, which is, no, I'm talking about this language that points at sacred geometry, which the human being is connected to that, to the heavens, to the ethers. I'm going to get into it more, but it's like a 3 or a 9 hour talk, you guys, of which that I have yet to put it together and even get these talks down to where I can start putting comments up that starts to attract a different kind of people to where they can try it. And of course, now I'm going to mention, try what, Shauna? Try to crack the code on your iPhone. You crack your iPhone open to become more alive to the fact that you know your language now. And this is important. I'm going to talk about this more, okay? Um, it's going to come up more. And this, see, something needs to drill into the population, whoever it is. See, we have these new age, but really it's just the upcoming generations that are trying to enlighten people about aligning to real, like, hands-on knowledge about things, and that is more, less flatlined than the civilization that we have now that seems to be on the brink of collapse, unless it moves into the higher minded kind of access of things. But how else do we do that with um, bringing it up? And I say the language has everything to do with, see, know what you're saying, really, it'll help you to figure it out. Like, it'll probably take you 3 years to really find out reality is actually outer space. You mean like just this? See, narcissists do not know. It's hard to explain. It's like, well, no, it's not your hands, and it's not your light bulb outside. It's not the tree. Nothing like that. It's the stuff. It's the thing that embraces and contains that, which is the space in between. That's the real thing. Science is like, they're enthralled. They're like, and they get all their equations from it. They're like, it's not empty space. It's plasmatic field, atomic, down to the atomic level. There's tiny black holes. Carl Sagan says, um, we can end up somewhere, someone else in time. The very fabric of space is a technology. Okay, so now now you need to turn your apparatus on and figure, is this person talking about something of an experience that I can have? Yes, open up an account. I know this sounds funny, I keep saying that, but yeah, you could do it in the comfort of your own home. If you live in a terrible place, babe, go to where there's at least one tree. Start focusing on things like, first of all, your body. You need to breathe deep, do yoga, get into your body. You have to do this now, because what's going to be happening by April, and see, we have these Chiron squares, which is, oh my God, really hard on the trauma side, and see, let alone this, because Mars is in Cancer. It's having to do with our ancestral karma, which is our family, and definitely our ancestral karma. So we're working out this trauma that is, like, it's not even yours. It's from, I mean, the entire population, especially now. I'm coming from the United States. If